Hey, we have last two classes for the geometry, the fall semester first part. So this class we will do the review for everything we have learned in the past 13 classes. Let's write down several basic formulas. The first one is a slope calculation. If you are given 2 points, you want to calculate these 2 points segment line slope, you will do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And the midpoint is going to be, you do the two values plus together, divided by 2, okay? So let's see the first one here. Hit it. Let's try this one, please.
Hello.
They ask you, what is the midpoint of this? If f is 0, b is 6. And you might wonder, where is the y value? Don't worry. This is 1D only. So they can only ask you these two guys' midpoint. So what you do? How do you calculate the midpoint between 0 and 6? What do you do?
You have to find which number is exactly in the middle.
So you just do 0 plus 6 and divide by 2. Make sense?
Yes, which would give you 3.
Yeah, exactly. If they give you xy, then you do the x1 plus x2 over 2. And then y1 plus y2 divided by 2. For this one, just simple as it is, okay? Next one, number 2. Let's do this distance formula. You guys already learned the distance formula. The distance formula is going to be x1 minus x2 printed square plus y1 minus y2 printed square. Go ahead, do this calculation and text me your ABCD choices in the Zoom chat. Let's see who can do it very fast, please.
Number 2.
Yes. Let's do number 2, please. Good job, Stephen. Oh, that's pretty good. Who else? Very good. Oh, so, wow. We have Annie, Stephen, Jeffrey. You just text me. You don't need to send me the picture of the work. This one, you just do the calculation. Good job, Sophie. Anybody else? Text me your answer in the Zoom, please. Good job, Angela. Who else? As a student, you use a distance formula. You do this guy minus this guy squared plus this guy minus this guy squared. So if you use this as 81 plus 144, and then this give you a 225, and then you figure out this way is going to be too slow. What do? We have to keep in mind of these several numbers. You have 3, 4, 5. Then you will double. 3 by 3 is 9, 4 by 3 is 12, 5 by 5 is 15. So in this way, you don't need to do this square and do the summation. You get this answer immediately. Okay? Next one, let's see number 3. Over here. Let me call Jeffrey. Let's see number 3 here. Most students like multiple choice, because multiple choice, you don't need to show your work. But we still want to do the beginning. The question is easy. I can tell you guys, how many questions do we have for this review? We have total number 87 questions for this review. So this class and next class, we will use 2 classes to finish all the questions. So at the beginning, those questions are hard, and later we will have some more complicated questions. So Jeffrey, look at here.
You want me to walk you through what
Yeah.
you think?
So
if you draw BAT and EIT, then you know they form a linear pair, so they share AT.
Good.
And if BAT is obtuse, and that means that EIT has to be acute.
Very good.
because BAT and
Yes.
EIT combined should.
Very
form
good.
ED.
Yeah, and you do one more, please. Number 4. Please show me how you do solve this one.
Okay, it says angle C equals angle D, and that the measurement of angle C equals measurement of angle D.
Good.
So 3x minus 5 equals 2x plus 5.
Okay.
So you subtract 2x and add 5 to both sides, x equals 10. So the measurement of angle C is 25.
Very good. You know this question, they didn't give you answer, say E10. I don't want students choose this one. Many people think the X is a question they are asking. Just be careful. If they give you answer 10 here, that's not right. You want to plug in. Jeffrey is very careful getting this correct. Thank you. Let's try one more here. Timothy, let's try this question, okay? You see the graph is right here. So based on this, what you want to write down the equation, please? This is vertical angle.
Wait.
The vertical angle will equal, right? So
Yeah.
make them equal, please.
4x plus 3 equals 6x minus 13.
Good.
And then
Move around.
negative 2x equals 10. I mean negative 10. Oh no, negative
10?
16.
Okay. X become
8.
good. And then you will plug in to get here, okay?
So 4 times 8, 32 plus 3 equals 35.
Good. And then the supplementary angle will be? You are not looking for that. You are not choosing this one. They are asking for here. So how much is this one? Supplementary. You have here already. How much is this?
180 minus 35.
Which is?
Which is
145.
145.
Okay. Yeah. Next one. Try here. Number 6. Look at this. This guy is 45, right?
Yeah.
And then this guy is 120. This total is 120. So how much is DBC then?
You said ABD was 45, right?
Yeah, this is 45. This is 120. How much is this? You do this to minus. How much is this?
120 minus 45 is
75. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Next one, number 7. Here, look, this guy give you the 2 points. So this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. The midpoint is just to do this. Don't underlook this formula. The midpoint formula is used so widely in all kinds of tests. So here, the question here is not a complicated one. I want to give you guys a more challenging question. Let's use the analytical geometry to solve this problem. So I think I showed these things before. If you remember, that's great. If you don't remember, I'm going to show this again. So the question is this. You see here? The midpoint, the end point. Write down. This is the time for you to write down the important notes. The end point of AB. A is -3, -2. B is 9, 4. So this is your line segment AB. And you have a D. You have a D on it. And you also have an E on it. The D is not on the midpoint. The D is not in the center. Okay? D is not in the center. E is not in the center either. But they give you information saying AD equals to 2/3 of AB. And AE is 5/6 of AB. Now, do this question. I want to see if we have some students here are able to figure out this. I already show you my choices. Don't just text me. I need you to show me your work. How you figure out this D value. How you figure out this E value. Go ahead, do it on your paper. You want to solve the D point. You want to solve the E point. And you know the two endpoint. You know the ratio here. This guy over this is 2/3. So you can see that this guy divided by this guy is 2/1. This over whole thing is 2/3. So you can treat this piece as 2. This piece is 1. How much is this D point? Think about this. This is exactly using triangle similarity. And also using the distance formula. How do you get point D? I gave some difficult question, give some easy question, okay? If anybody say, I need help, you can unmute yourself. I can give you help. If this is 1/1, then the midpoint formula is going to be x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. But what will happen if this guy over this guy is not 1/1? Yeah. If the point is any other point on the line, but I tell you this guy over this guy equals to 2/1. So how much will be this point? Anybody have any idea? Look at here. This is how to derive the formula. You want to know the real reason so that when the question change, you still can get it. So we learned the triangle similarity already. If you don't know this is a midpoint, but you know here over the whole thing. Let me call student Annie. Let's see here. That guy over whole thing is 2/3. So this guy over this will be 2/1, correct?
Yes.
And you can draw this line. You can draw the line perpendicular to the x-axis, okay? So you can have that point. The perpendicular line here, these two lines are also 90 degrees, 90 degrees. So this is parallel, right? Yeah, that's parallel. So you can see this point, the x value you don't know. So you call this guy as x, y. If you draw this guy perpendicular to here, then this point is also x value. Yes?
Yes.
Jeffrey, you send me the answer. You go ahead and send me your work. Let me check your work. I cannot say you are correct until you show your whole process of showing why this is true. So you have this guy as x, and you draw here. This point, x value should also be 9, same as this, correct?
Yes.
Now, that guy over that guy is 2 over 1. So this point here, x value is what? -3, correct?
Yes.
So you can treat this guy here. If this guy divided by this is 2 over 1, this guy divided by this should also equals 2 over 1, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you will do x minus -3. X minus -3 is the distance from here to here. Yeah, this is on the same horizontal line. So you can do x minus -3 is this piece divided by this whole thing. This whole thing distance is going to be 9 minus -3.
My
Make sense?
work is kind
Yeah.
of messy.
So this guy to here, the distance is on, because it's on the same horizontal line. So you don't need to worry about doing the Pythagorean theorem. They have the same horizontal line. So you do 9 minus -3. This is 12. So the bottom here is 12. And that guy over that guy is 2 over 3. So this guy over this guy is also 2 over 3. Okay? That makes sense? So you
Yes.
have x plus 3 over 12 equals 2 over 3. And then you times 12 to the other side. 3, 12 can cancel to be 4. 2 by 4 is going to be 8. So x equals to 5. So this point is 5. X value is 5. Same way as you do the y direction. You can project this point to this direction, also 90 degrees. And then you will see here, the guy from here to here, the distance is y minus -2. This point y value is -2. So y minus -2 divided by 4 minus -2. This piece over this piece is going to be that piece over that piece, which is 2 over 3. Okay? So you will have y plus 2 over 6 equals 2 over 3. So you can have your y value solved. What will happen if we have this change to be 5 over 6? If you want to get that point, you just change this to be 5 over 6. You change this to be 5 over 6. Then you can have the E point value. Does this make sense for everyone now? Yeah? They could ask you this in the real geometry test. They don't give you the simplest one as a midpoint. They can calculate, they can tell you this piece over this piece, a ratio, and they ask you that point. Or they can give you this guy over this guy. Okay? So that's a new formula. Any question? If you haven't write down the notes, please quickly write down your notes. If you already figured out this one by yourself, you are welcome to send me by message or email.
Wait, did I get it right?
I'm keeping teaching. I haven't had a chance to look at your work. I'm seeing it now. Jeffrey, I cannot follow the graph you're trying to draw there. Can you please write down some equation?
Okay.
I cannot really follow your work. I don't know which come from where. Okay, this is a general way to solve if the ratio is not 1/1. Okay, let's go back. All the things will be uploaded. I will not upload the solution this week because I want you guys to do all this question by yourself, but I will upload all my solutions notes next class into the Google Drive. We use 2 classes to finish this whole thing. Number 8, let me call student. Let's do number 8. The question is here. The BE bisect AED. So that guy equals that guy, correct?
Yes.
And the DEB, this guy is who?
61 degrees.
Yeah. So over here, EB bisect this. And you have DEB is 61. So how much will be this?
61.
That is also 61. And this piece is also given as 61. And they ask your AED, so which will be double, right?
Yes.
We like to mark the conditions on the graph. If we mark the condition, we will be able to find out the way to solve. Next one, Sophie, number 9, please.
In which diagrams are angle 1 and angle 2 supplementary?
Who is this called?
Complementary.
This one?
Supplementary.
And this guy?
Perpendicular.
Yeah, so this is 90. This is also 90. As long as their summation is 180, it is also called a supplementary. Okay?
Okay.
That makes sense. As long as the angle summation equals to 180, it's going to be called as supplementary. Okay? That's number 9. Next one. Let's do one more, please. Look at here. What you do?
You can do 7x minus 5 is equal to 5x plus 27. Then you get 2x is equal to 32. X is
Okay.
equal.
Good. Very good. Next one. Let's call Chloe. Go ahead, please.
For an angle 5 formula in your parent, angle 4 equals 62. Find angle 5.
Yes. So angle 5 will be?
That would be
Linear pair is supplementary, so angle 5 will be?
angle 5 will be
180 minus
180.
62. Yes, thank you. That makes sense, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do one more here. The question here is a little bit tricky. The way we do the words problem is we start to write it down or translate from the first sentence. So you see here, A and B are supplementary, right?
Yes.
And if A is X, then B will be how much? They are supplementary. If A is X,
Yes.
B will be how much?
B
The summation is 180. If A is X,
negative.
B will be 180 minus X. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then they ask what? That's it. They ask you what is the Y value. Yeah.
So 180
Okay.
minus
Yes.
X. Okay.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Supplementary or linear pair all means the summation equals 180. When you see the words, you want to do the translation quickly. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Number 13. Let's see here. The questions, this one, let me call Angela. let's do the translation. I know many students don't like words problem. We are learning words problem right here. This one here say what?
The measure of an angle is 38 degrees more than the measure of its complement. Find the measure of the angle.
So we don't know how much the angle, we just call it x. Okay? Yeah. The x, and then the complementary will be?
90 minus x.
Good. So this is 90 degree minus x. And then we will write down the equation. X is this guy more than this. So tell me the equation, please.
X equals 90 minus 38.
Hey, hold on. Hold on. This guy is 38 more than this. This guy is 38 more than this. So you plus the 38. Yes?
Oh, okay.
We do the translation. Boys and girls, if you always feel like a words problem give you a headache, this is time to help you build up your words skills. Okay? You do the translation. That guy is this guy. Complementary is this one. 38 more is plus. Okay? Now let's go ahead. Solve your x. You can do it.
So, x minus 38.
You have negative x, so you move to this side. It's 2x. 2x equals?
2x equals 128.
So x become?
X equals 64.
Thank you. Here they ask you that angle. If I change the question, say, find the complementary, then you have to do one more step by using 90 minus 8. Okay? But here it's asking you x. So that's it. You can do one more, please. This is a Pythagorean theorem, right? Okay. We do the words problem. If it is a geometry question, we immediately draw the graph. Television screen. So this is the screen. And this is the height. This is the width. And you are looking for the diagonal. So this is a diagonal. So you have this guy as a height, this guy as a width. You do the Pythagorean theorem, right? Yeah. That makes sense.
Yes.
So do the translation. Don't feel scared to do the translation. The more you practice, the better you can do it. Well, number 15. Everybody do this one based on the Pythagorean theorem. You can also treat it as a distance formula. Try this question, please. We look for what? From A to what? From A to B. You have the X guy. This is X1, Y1. This is X2, Y2. So you want to do the X minus X squared plus Y minus Y squared. Okay, yeah. When you do the square root, the number is big. So for those things, you have to use the calculator. You might feel curious, how do I do that calculation? You will use a calculator to do the final step.
Do we really need a calculator?
This one?
Yeah.
How do you get this one? You know the square root of 17?
I mean, it's 280 squared plus 70 squared. So
Yeah.
if that's square rooted, I don't think that's less than 280.
Exactly.
That would be more than 280.
Yeah.
So it's
So
automatically
this is more than
289.
16. So this is more than 280. But if I give you a 290 here, then you may have to use a calculator. Okay, you're right. This one, by this trick, you know that 17, square root 17 is more than square root 16. So this is more than 280, no problem. This is the only choices which is possible. But I give you, so for example, 290 or 291, you might have to use calculator. Okay, all right. Next one, number 6. Sophie, let's try here. The question here is all about those angle relationship we learned before. Let's see here. For number 10 and number 6, what's this angle relationship?
Alternate exterior.
Alternate exterior, very good. If L and M parallel, angle phi equals to 72 degrees. And then let's look for angle 10. How much will be angle 10?
It'll be 108.
Good, because that guy equals this, so you get the supplementary angle. Nice job. Let's see number 18. The L parallel to M. This is 11. This is 3. What should we do?
9x plus 5 is equal to x plus 37.
Good. 9x plus 5 equals to x plus 37. So we're moving around.
8x is equal to 32. X is equal to 4.
Good. Thank you. Next one is similar. The 8 and 9. This time you cannot make these two equal. This 2 is called what angle?
Supplementary.
So you make the summation equals 180. You solve your x. Okay? Yeah. Now let's look at this. This is something like you say, oh, you repeat the algebra 1. Well, actually, algebra 1 and geometry shouldn't be separated. It should be learned parallel at the same time. If you ask your parents, in China, we learn algebra 1. We learn 2D geometry at the same year, exactly the same time. Okay? You usually have an algebra and geometry course at the same time. One class maybe after the other. And then after you finish algebra 1, we will do intermediate algebra 2. And then we will do 3D geometry. After all this together finish, we will learn the analytical geometry. So the things here, when you have those coordinates with the geometry graph things, you are dealing with those simple analytical geometry here. In the future, when you learn algebra 2, we will do way more complex stuff. So something like this is going to be in algebra 2, second semester. So what kind of thing in algebra 2? Yeah, algebra 2, we will learn things like this. Yeah, so the parabolas and the hyperbolas is going to be in those algebra 2. Ellipse, okay? You see, that's the thing in algebra 2. Everything is based on our current foundation. The guy here asks you slope of -3, passing 0, 3. Your guys will take the PSAT October this year. I guarantee you have this kind of question, similar questions. They ask you slope of -3. This is going up. This is going up. This is going up. You even don't need to spend longer time. All the slope here positive. This is only guy who is negative. 1 second, you have the answer A. Okay, and then if you want to double check, oh, this one passed 0,3. That's right. Okay. Next one. Slope calculation. You do the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Some people put this wrong. Some people put this wrong. You can do y2 minus y1, then you do x2 minus x1. It's fine. As long as the guy here are consistent, as long as your y is on the top, x is on the denominator, totally fine. Next one, 22. Steven, let's find out this. Go ahead. How do we do this?
So when this line's parallel, then it
Mhm.
means that it's the same slope.
Good. Let's calculate slope, please.
So what you need to do is you do, if you do 4 minus 3, which is 4 plus 3, which is 7.
4 plus 3. And
And
over.
then it -1 minus 2. So we minus 3. So the answer will be
-1 minus 2. So the answer will be -7.
A.
Thank you. Very good. Next one here. Look at this. You have a line perpendicular to this. Who is this line?
Y minus 3.
Y equals to -3, not y minus 3. Y
okay.
equals -3 is what? It's a horizontal line or a vertical line?
Vertical.
The guy here, we want to make it clear. You have this pink line. On this pink line, every point y value is negative, correct?
Yes.
So this line is called y equals to -3. Make sense?
Yeah.
If you have a horizontal line and the point on this has the same y value, which is -3, you call this guy y equals to -3. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good. If I change this, if I draw over here, this line, do you think who is the correct equation for this green line?
With the equation?
Who is this green line equation?
X equals to 2.
Positive 2. Very good. So if you have a line which is perpendicular to the x-axis, this is called a vertical line. For this vertical line, the slope is undefined. Slope undefined. If you have a horizontal line, the slope is 0. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So the one here asking you, oh, you have a horizontal line, then which one is perpendicular? Well, if you want to be perpendicular to a horizontal line, that means you are a vertical line. Okay?
It's undefined.
So it's undefined. Good.
Yeah.
Next one, the guy here. If you have a slope, phi, and you have a y-intercept, which one you choose?
D.
Good job. You have the slope, which is this. You have y-intercept, which is this. This is called the slope y-intercept format. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. And then look at here. This guy over here. We want to write down the equation. The M and N parallel. You have these two lines parallel. And then you want to have what?
Wait, do I do it?
Yeah. So you may have to you make this one. Oh, actually, you know what? I think this question has some problem. This M and N parallel doesn't make these two equal. If you know these two parallel, you have these two equal. But the good thing is MN parallel, so you have this. What we can do, we can manipulate with the 48. This guy equals this guy, correct?
Yes.
This equals this. And this guy will be what? M parallel N.
See.
So same side interior angle
X.
summation equals how much?
Wait, what?
The
180.
vertical angle is here. So this part is also 3x plus 12, right?
Oh, wait, okay.
And you have M parallel N. So what do? You plus them together equals 180, correct?
Yeah.
Let's solve it, please. This is plus how much?
60.
So 3x will be?
120.
X will be?
40.
Good. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Good. Next one, 26. Let me call next student. Jeffrey. Let's keep in mind of the point slope format. If you have 2 points, one is x1, y1, the other is x2, y2. This is the way you calculate slope, and this is the way you do the point slope format. But we are lucky here, they already give us the slope. So what is the function? What's the equation to satisfy this? Go ahead, please.
Y minus 5 equals -3/4 x.
Do I do parentheses?
Yeah, parentheses x plus 2.
Good. Thank you. So this is saying you have this as your slope, and you have x minus -2. So this is -2, 5. Y minus y1. Here, x minus x1 in front with the parentheses covered. You outside, you have the slope. Okay? Yeah. And then let's see here. The format here, I want to show you guys. Even though those standard tests like SAT math is not hard, but it is really hard to get a good score. Even the very top student can hardly make a perfect score. Why? Because they always trick you in many different ways. So the question here, this one, let's summarize. I want to summarize here. Let me say how many different format as a linear function. A linear function has how many different format? First is y equals?
Y equals mx plus b.
Good. This is what format?
Slope
y-intercept, right?
Yes.
Good. And then second one, the one we said just now, kind of remember? Y minus what? This guy here. This is the thing I'm talking. This is the thing, yeah? It's called the point slope format, okay? So give you a x0, y0. Give you a slope. How do we write down the equation, please?
Y minus y0 is equal to m times
x minus x 0.
This is called what format?
The point slope format.
Excellent. This is called a point slope format. Second one. You might see this before, you might haven't seen it before. It's called ax plus by equals to c. Do you know what's this format called? This is called a standard format. Okay? This is called a standard format. And I'm going to teach you guys the last format. It's called x-intercept and y-intercept format. What does this mean? If I have a line like that, and I have a line like this here, the x-intercept here, this is a comma 0. The guy here is 0 comma b. Does anybody know if you know these 2 points, how do you write down the equation? Go ahead. If you know it, do it. Tell me what's this equation. The point here, the guy here is a comma 0. The guy here is 0 comma b. Using these 2 points, using the formulas we are learning right here, figuring out. Let me see who can figure out this format in this class. Do quickly on your paper. Huh?
You want us to figure out the slope?
I want you to figure out the slope, and then I want you to write down the equation. You can do this 2 different ways, or as long as you can figure out. Give me the equation using a and b only, lowercase a and lowercase b. Anybody figure out what's this number for? What's the equation? If you have a comma 0 and a 0 comma b, what's going to be the equation? Anybody have an idea?
Is the equation y equals x plus 12?
What? No, I'm not asking for doing number 7. I'm asking to solving this on the left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then after you do this, you can try the result on the right. You have tried the
okay.
question on the right. Annie, let's see here. You have this point, you have this point. Let's do the slope. Go ahead. With the slope.
The slope is 0 minus b over a minus 0.
Which is?
Which is negative b over a.
Good. And then you have this as your y-intercept. You have this as your slope. Let's use this format. Go ahead. So y equals?
Y equals negative b over ax plus b.
Good. So far, so good?
Yes.
Now we are going to do some kind of magic here, okay? So I will do the y divided by b. I divided every term by b. So how much is this guy divided by b?
Negative b over ab.
B cancel, right?
Yes.
B will cancel. Plus b over b will be
1.
1. Make sense?
Yes.
Good. And then you can move around. So you have x over a plus y over b equals to 1. So far, so good?
Yes.
Good. Oh, this is a new name. This is a x-intercept, y-intercept format. Your school don't teach this part, but each year, if you take those standard tests and you want to apply for those national merit scholarship, you want to be the finalist to make you qualify for the full ride scholarship, you need to do those questions. Number 7 on the right. I want to see, I'm going to make my timer starting now. I want to see who can text me the correct choices for this question. Lucy and John question. Go ahead, start now. Don't text to other people, only text to me in the Zoom, please. A, B, C, D, which one you choose? Very good. I have Jeffrey figured it out already. This is exactly the x and y-intercept format that we talk about on the left, okay? Other people, which one you choose? How do you do this one, please? The recent test each year have this question. If you never ever see this question before, you might feel kind of scared. But after we explain, you will say, oh, that's an easy question. The x-intercept, Jeffrey, since you are the number 1, get this correct. You can unmute yourself. You can explain, please.
Oh, I just divided 60 over 12.
So you divided 60 over 12, but why? Just explain more.
Because the total amount of blank x plus blank y equals 60. So if x equals 0, then it's just blank y equals 60. And since we know that it takes her 12 hours to make 60, then we just know 60 over 12, which is 5. So y equals 5.
That's a perfect explanation. Good job, Jeffrey. That's very good. If you still feel confused, I will explain further. Look at here. When people see this, you might feel curious. How do I figure out how many papers will this Lucia make per hour? But you look at the x-intercept, y-intercept. This graphing is showing you if John doesn't do anything, all the work will be done by Lucia. For how long? For 12 hours. You have how many works? You have 60 paper flowers. So you finish this by 12 hours. You just divide by 12. 1 hour, you can get 5. Okay? If they ask the question, say, how many flowers will John do? Then you do 60 divided by 15. The x-intercept is 15. So if you ask John can make how many per hour? That's 60 over 15. Straightforward. If you don't see this thing before, the first time you do this in the real test, you really feel scary. This is exactly this. The guy over the right is this guy. That's the XY intercept format. They give you the amount of work, how many hours this guy finish, how many hours this guy finish. If I give you 120 flowers, use this, divide by this. This is the amount of flowers Lucia can make per hour. This is the number of flowers, 120 over 8 will be number of flowers John can make per hour. Okay? Yeah. Good job, Jeffrey. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now, let's see here. And you have a 6x plus 9y equals to 18. Then you want to get the intercept. By, you make your y equals 0, x is 3, so 3, 0. You make your x equals 0, so y is 2, so 0, 2. So you have this guy, okay? This is called your xy intercept format. You see here? You see this? You can do this way using the way I showed you just now. Divided by 18. Look at here. Divided by 18. 6 over 18 is 1 over 3. 9 over 18 is 1 over 2. So 3, 0 is the x-intercept. 0, 2 is the y-intercept. Okay? If you truly understand that format, this one is 2-second question. Okay? This one here, pass through. You do the minus format. You get the pass-through point. Slope, oh, that's easy one. Okay. Well, if they give you one line and say parallel and passing through, so make the slope as this and make it the point slope format as this. If they say perpendicular, then you will do the slope negative reciprocal. If this line slope is 3, you want to find the perpendicular line slope. First, you do reciprocal. Second, you flip it to negative. That's the slope of the new line. Okay? Not too hard. I don't go to details. Number 33. This might be a little bit challenge question. Who want to do this number 33 with me together? Anybody? Anybody want to do 33? Just unmute yourself. Nobody? Sophie, let's do 33. You have your point A, you have your point B, and you have your point C. And you want to look at this. I need to say this. I need to explain this here. Some people don't look at this name. They say, oh, bisector. Teacher, you mentioned that a bisector could be this as long as these two pieces equal. It's also called bisector. It can go this way. It's also called bisector. Yes, this is bisector. This is bisector as long as you pass the midpoint. But only if it is perpendicular. You only have one perpendicular bisector. Okay? So, Sophie, the line here, number 1 is passing the midpoint. Number 2 is perpendicular to this. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Now let's go ahead. For geometry, mark it. You pass a midpoint. Who is a midpoint?
4,
Hey, hold on. How do we get the midpoint?
you can add x1 plus x2 and
Yeah.
1
This add this will be
8. Oh wait, 4 and then divided by 2 is 2.
Thank you. The y will be
4.
good. 8/2 is 4. You pass this point. Can we get this line slope, please?
12 plus 4 over 6 plus 2
How much?
equal to 16 over 8, which is equal to 2.
This line slope is 2. How much will be this line slope?
Negative 1/2.
Good. You have the slope as negative 1/2. You pass this point. Can you give me the point slope format, please?
Y minus 4 is equal to negative 1/2 parentheses x minus 2.
Y minus 4 equals negative 1/2 parentheses x minus 2. Okay? That makes sense?
Yeah.
And we can further. This is negative 1/2 x plus 1, right?
Yeah.
So which one we choose?
C.
Good. Okay? Yeah. Excellent. Oh. Anybody want to try the next 34? Anybody want to try next one? Any? Let's try next one, please. You are looking for containing the altitude to BC. The altitude, so to BC, that means the opposite point is A, yeah? So you will draw
Yes.
here perpendicular to this. So far, so good?
Yes.
Okay. This line slope is 2. This perpendicular line, this altitude slope should also be. Make sense? This guy and this guy both perpendicular here. So this line slope is also negative reciprocal of this. Yes?
Yes.
You have the slope, you know, and you know it passes this. Go ahead, point slope format.
So it would be
Y minus
y minus y
y minus y. Go ahead.
18
Yes. Equals
negative 1/2 times x minus 2.
excellent. Further simplify, please.
Negative 1/2x plus 1.
Good. So y will become?
Y is equal to negative 1/2x plus 19.
Excellent. Good job.
What does containing the altitude mean?
Containing the altitude. The altitude is this. You have a triangle. You want to find the altitude. You from this point, you draw the perpendicular line to this side. And the containing, you draw from here to here. This is a line segment. You are looking for the line. This whole line is containing this part.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Don't feel scared to ask me question. Any question are welcome, okay? Yeah, the more you ask, the better you can understand. And you want to clear all those things you feel confused before you learn those very advanced math class. You make every question cleared at algebra 1 and geometry level. And then by the time you go to algebra 2 AC, you are going to do advanced thing. There you have foundation ready. You don't worry about ask those algebra 1 geometry question a long time ago. So this guy here, the slope, so you quickly moving around. You mix this 4x to the other side and then divide by 6. The negative slope and the positive y-intercept. The positive y-intercept is here. This one, wrong. This one, wrong. This one, wrong. So by looking at this, you can immediately get in the answer. Okay, yeah. These are those really typical SAT questions. Yeah, I show you in details about the question that we did with Sophie and Annie just now for 33 and 34. For here, the transformations. I didn't put the transformation knowledge in our algebra 1 part. We will learn those transformation in the geometry part 1. I will put those transformation in geometry part 2. The dilation, just put some simple idea. You have such a small thing and you dilate, make it larger. This is called the dilation. And then you will do line asymmetry. See here, the guy here cannot be symmetry of anyone. This guy is symmetry over this. This one, this one, okay, yeah. And then you want to talk about the reflection. I do quickly in the future. Everything here we see, we will revisit. Just a quick summary here. Reflection. You have angle 1. If it reflected over here, it's going to be this triangle 2. The rotation from figure 2 to figure 3. This guy rotate 180 to this point. This rotate 180 to this point. This rotate 180 to this point. So this is a rotation. Okay. And translation. Translation means you have this, and then you are going to shift to the left. You shift to the left, and then you shift down. That's called a translation. Okay? Yeah. Don't worry about this part. The translation part we will revisit in the future. So don't worry about question from 38 all the way to 48. Yeah, we will do all those transformations in our geometry part 2. So here we come back to the proportion. The proportion, I already said, if it both at the bottom, do it, simplify. If both on the left, can simplify, do it. If both on the top, you can simplify, do it. If both on the right, do it. Don't simplify this direction. That's the cross multiplication direction. Okay. Next one. 51. Chloe. Look at here. The similar triangle. Can you please give me an equation? Chloe, you haven't unmute yourself.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, let's do the equation.
Do I read the question or?
No, you just see here. This piece and that piece. Yeah, so we can get the proportion, please.
Okay, 5/2 equal x over
Look, 5/2. So this guy corresponds to this.
50.
Good, thank you. And then go, please. Multiplication, you can do it. This guy. 2x equals 2x equals 75, right?
Yes.
So x become
X equals
half 37.5. Okay, that makes sense. And then we can also do this guy here. You try one more, please. How do we list the equation here? These two equal, these two equal. So these two are similar, okay? Go ahead. What's your equation? Go ahead, Chloe. You can make this. See, this guy here. I'm going to show you guys. Since these two angles equal, so the corresponding guy is going to be this guy's opposite over that guy's opposite. Make sense? So x divided by 15 equals
84 over 48.
Thank you. Now, do we do this product equals this product? Not yet. If we can simplify, we want to save our time. That two are both on the bottom. Did you notice that these two are both divisible by who?
Both divisible by 8.
Good. This guy divided by 8 will be?
7 and 6.
Nice. And then this are both divisible by?
By 12. Wait, no,
By 6, yeah.
by 6, yes.
So this guy divided by 6 become?
So the top 12 over 1.
You mean 14, right?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Okay. And then this is 14 over 1. So 1x equals 7 times 14, right?
Yes.
So x become?
X is 98.
Good job. Thank you. Yay. Okay. All right.
Couldn't we automatically assume that x is 98?
How do you automatically assume x is
Because
98?
we know that it's similar and that 84 and
Yeah,
48
that's
are
true.
similar. So
Yeah.
we know 56 and x are similar.
Yes.
So if 84 over 48 is like something,
Yeah,
then
it's greater
56
than 1.
times that ratio would be
Right.
bigger than 84.
Yeah, exactly. The guy here is more than this guy. So the guy here is going to be more than this one. And this guy is the only guy who is more than this. Yeah, so if this is a multiple choice, you even don't need to list this. By this common sense here, this guy is more than this. This guy is more than this. This is the only choices. But you don't want to treat every question as a multiple choice. If this is a grading question or free response, you still have to show your work. Okay, but it's good you can do it a very fast way. Okay. In geometry and the algebra 1, you guys haven't really seen those really difficult questions. In the future, when we learn those advanced maths, by just a quick feeling, getting the answer become impossible. So we still want to write down the whole process. Okay. Hold on. Let's do all the people. 55 and 56. Go ahead. Do this too on your paper. Do this too on your paper and send me your work. Take a picture. Take a picture of this page because some students have some question for the previous last class homework. Take a picture. Everybody, please take a picture for this page. So, Steven. Yeah, let's quickly go to the question that you have. Maybe other students also have the same question. For the similar triangle, yeah? Which one you have question?
I like the bisector one.
The angle bisector one.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, the two practice there, we are doing the angle bisector right now. This one, yes?
I think it is.
Uh-huh. Which one? Which one you have trouble?
Just 11.
11.
No, wait. Actually, I forgot which one I had trouble on.
Okay, I'm going to show you 11 example, okay? When you have the angle bisector, so which means these two pieces equal, then you always have this proportion. This over this equals this over
Yeah.
this. If you want to write down this on the top, that's fine. So you do this guy divided by this guy equals this piece over this piece. But you cannot call this as x because this total is x. This piece is 5, so this piece is x minus 5. Okay?
Okay.
So you have that guy divided by that guy equals x minus 5 over 5. And then you do the cross multiplication. You want to cover this with the parentheses, and then you do the distribution, then you can solve. Okay? That makes sense.
Yeah.
This one here, same. You do that piece over that piece equals that piece over that piece. Most time, they don't give you some simple say, oh, here is 32. How much is this? They usually give you the total. So you call one part as x. Then the other part is going to be the total minus the x. So you can have the equation. Okay? Yes. Steve, do you have more
Yeah.
question here?
No.
Okay. Then based on that, can you also send me your work? Code 55, please.
Can I just tell you how I did it?
55? Go.
Yeah.
What's your equation?
16.
Mm-hmm.
16 over x plus 6
Good.
is equal to a over x.
Very good.
And you simplify
Uh-huh.
to get 16x is equal to 48 plus 8x.
Hold on. I show you the trick. True, the way you did it is totally fine. But if we can do faster, we do faster. These two are both on the top. They are on the same position. They can simplify. So you make this to be 2. This will be 1. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what you do?
2x equals x plus 6.
Good.
Simplify to x equals 6.
X equals 6. Yes?
Yeah.
Did you see the way I did?
Yeah.
I don't like to do this way. Even though I can do it, but I think this is taking me more time. So I like to do this way. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Any other question?
No.
Okay. All the students who finished everything? These 2 questions? Jeffrey, even though those questions are so easy, but I still want you to tell me the equation to list. Please go ahead.
So the scale factor would be 3 since
Hey, hold on. I want to
No.
write down the equation first. What's the equation here?
Okay, so 8 over 2.
8 over 2. Where is 8? Oh, you do this as 8, yeah?
Yes. And JP is 2. So
So
8
you do
over
8 over 2 equals
equals RQ over 3.
RQ over 3. This is RQ over 3, yeah? Good. So RQ will be 12. You still want to show the equation. If you only put some sparking points, some teacher don't give you the full points. Yeah. So please, I know that you definitely understand, but I still want you to show the work. Here, I want to show you something also interesting, Jeffrey, here. This is the equation. The line here parallel. So this same corresponding angle equal. AD over AB equals to AE over AC equals DE over BC. So you see here, okay, Jeffrey?
Mhm.
But sometimes people don't want to, because they didn't give you the whole thing. They give you that portion. If you use this portion, you can do AD over BD equals to AE over EC. No problem. But you cannot say equals DE over BC. This is wrong. If you want to write down this, you want to make a DE on the top, but you will make a BC minus DE. This will be equal. If you don't have that, that will be wrong. Okay? Yeah? Small, the top over the bottom equals the top over the bottom, but doesn't equal this over this. If you want to write down this, you have to use this over that guy minus that guy. Okay? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 58. This is also Angela. Let me see. I want you to translate this. You can do it. This one sounds very confusing. Read here.
Of the supplement of an angle is 14 less than 3 times the measure of the complement. Find the measure of the complement.
Oh. Do you know the angle? You don't know?
No.
You call it x. So the supplementary of the x will be?
180 minus x.
180 minus x. This guy is 14 less than 3 times the complement. So the complement will be?
90 minus x.
90 minus x. 3 times the measurement of that. So what you should write down here?
80 minus x equals
Yeah, 180 minus x equals
3 times 90 minus x plus 14.
14 less than. This guy is a 14 less than. This guy is 14 less than. So what's your equation? What you should put here? Minus 14.
Minus 14.
Yes.
Yes.
Now go solve it.
180 minus x equals 270 minus 3x minus 14.
Okay.
So 2x equals 90 minus 14. 2x equals 76. So x equals 38.
Good. Yeah, thank you. Does this make sense now?
Yes.
Will this kind of question still make you feel scary?
It's a lot better than before, I think.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Students, if you feel scary about this thing, it's not because you cannot do it. You haven't practiced this kind of question enough. You need to drill this. Yeah, just like you do any kinds of instrumental activities, swimming, doing table tennis or tennis. other people can do just because they already practice a lot. Yeah. Worst problem, as long as you do through, you can do it. Okay. Question 60 here. Look at this. This also sounds confusing, really confusing. So that's why we want to mark it. The guy here is BD bisect ABE. BD bisect this. BE bisect all of this. And then they give you the EBF, CBG. And then they ask you the DBF. Well, you really feel dizzy. I feel dizzy too. You are not alone. What do we do? You mark here. This bisect here. So you call this as X. This will also be X. And then this guy bisect this whole thing. This is double X. This will be double X. You mark it first. And then for here, this is 44. The guy here is 44. That's XX. That's equals this double X. So X plus 2X plus 44 give you a 180. And then you move around. You can solve. Actually, I like to do the simple way. Everybody is divided by 4. 180 over 2 is 90, over 2 is 45, so I get the X value. Okay, yeah. Any questions so far? Total we have several more pages to go. That's the thing we are going to do next class. We are going to cover everything in the next class. So the homework, the blank homework has already been given. The major topic next Sunday is going to be similar triangle inside a right triangle. But before I give you the details, you want to keep in mind that guy's square equals to this two guys' product. That guy's square equals to this two guys' product. And that guy's square equals to this two guys' product. Okay? The reasons is going to be based on triangle similarity. Then we will quickly figure out why this is true in the next week class. So here, look at this. This one, I already attached every single questions. This is like 15 pages. This week, please do as much as you can. If you can do most of them, that's even better. And next class, we will talk about all the work. I don't give you the solutions. I want to give you guys everything next class, but I do upload the video. If you don't know how to solve it, you can look at the video. In that way, you will be able to understand. But I'm going to attach the answer key in case you want to check if your work is correct. Okay? Yeah. That's for today's class. I see you guys next Sunday afternoon. Thank you. Oh, by the way, Jeffrey, stay with me for 1 minute, please.